Hey guys, welcome to my Anthem review. In this review, I'm going to go over the customization, the gameplay, the story, and my personal likes and dislikes of the game. Now, this will probably be my last commentary video concerning Anthem. I will post up the strongholds that I've done, and when the more content comes out, I'll definitely post it up. And especially if I get new weapons or something like that you want to see, I'll put it up as well. When the Cataclysm comes out, that'll be up here. However, I probably won't do commentary on any of those videos. So I hope you guys enjoy my review. I'm gonna go into everything I can about the game and from my perspective and how much I've played so far. So with the customization in this game, it's actually probably more extensive than a lot of people say it is to be. So the biggest letdowns are the weapons, and how a lot of the weapons do look similar to each other when you're talking about your epic, rare, and common weapons. You seem to get the same guns in rare and epic over and over again, and they don't look too different from each other. However, that's not really the best part about these weapons. A lot of these weapons have different perks from each other. That is what makes them important, what makes them special. So you can't really get too hung up on how they look, even though some of them do look good, but some of them do look very alike to each other. When you get into the masterwork weapons, as you can see here, look very different from each other, and actually have really cool designs, which I really like. And so it's not as big as a problem as some people make it out to be. It's actually really nice, and it's less worry. I know we want to be able to customize everything down to the T. In some ways, I wish we could do that with this game, but the fact that I don't have to worry about it is kind of nice for once. They have the components, support gear, which again just lets you outfit your character to what specifications what you like. And you can get into crafting as you unlock more stuff and as you advance through your factions. So that's really nice. And each javelin has its own type of stuff. Like the Colossus has its gear is much different. It's much different than the Ranger. It has its ordnance launcher, its heavy assault launcher, and the play styles are so different from each other. And that's probably the best thing about Anthem when it comes to javelins, is how you literally have to play certain characters differently because they're just the weapons, everything is so different. And that's probably its biggest strength to me, is that you have to do that. That's its biggest and best strength, and shoot, it's one of the main reasons why I'm still playing the game, is because I can do that. Is that I can go and jump in a Colossus and it doesn't feel at all like a Ranger. I can jump in a Storm, it doesn't feel anything like Colossus or Ranger, and then so on the Interceptor. So when we talk about the appearance of it, this is where it kind of goes down. This is probably my least favorite part of the javelins, is the appearance. Just because when you go into each of the body parts has its own different armor piece, and you can change it, customize it any way you want. However, there's only like 3 of them. For this one, there's 3, and they haven't added anything since launch to these. Like in the Legion of Dawn, I only got because I pre-ordered, and even then, it's only for 1 character. So it's like, what's the point? Like it seems like they didn't put a lot of thought or effort into different armor pieces. I know they're supposed to be dropping more stuff soon, but just from launch, it's like, come on now, doesn't make sense. It needs more. The vinyls are okay. I like the idea of the vinyls. I like the way most of them look, and they are steadily adding more. However, again, it's like they're okay. Some of them look really good, some of them look okay, but you start the game with like 5 of them, and there's no way to really buy more without spending massive amount of coin, or just it's just not. I don't see the point. They didn't put enough in here for it to be useful, in my opinion. We go into the wear states, which I really like. It does change the look of your armor really well. Animations, again, another letdown. There's basically no animations. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Victory poses, the same 3 they've had since launch. They haven't added anything. Emotes, they're steadily adding more emotes, but again, still not enough. Like when you got games like Destiny and The Division that have all these different emotes and cool stuff to do, like cool stuff you can make your character do, it just seems like they didn't really even try on them, and that kind of sucks. Now, my favorite part about customization is the paint. I love this part just because you can change, the material, and you can change your colors to any specifications. What I really like is this metal, how you can make it metal, and then you can really like make it different types of metals, and it really changes the color, changes the way it looks. And when you're flying, it changes the way like the sun hits your javelin. It's really beautiful, and it's one of the best parts of this game. It's one of the parts that make this game look so good, and you can just do so much with the colors as well. Make your own custom colors, and you can really specify your javelin out any way you want to. Like you can make your javelin look unique to anyone else's, and that's not you can do with a lot of games. And just like this one, my both my Rangers look nothing like each other, even down to the types of armor I have on them. And that's just because I wanted them to look different. Like I can make them look similar, make them look the same, but it's so easy just to make it look like your own character. And that's really the best parts about the customization in this game.
I volunteered, and Errol said that's appropriate.
Now when we get to the overall gameplay of Anthem, it's actually really fun. I'm gonna be serious, it's a really fun game. The best part, probably hearing from a lot of people, is the flight. The flying is amazing. And I tried out the Division 2 beta, and like the whole time I'm thinking I just want to be flying, and it's really fun. Especially with my Ranger, you get like the certain perks that allow you to fly for longer, and then flying through waterfalls and all that's fun. The gunplay is actually really fun as well. It's better than I imagined. It's better than the beta they had out. I don't know how to explain it. It's just fun. It's hard to say. It's just fun, and the enemy types are hard, and it gets increasingly harder. So as you do the higher levels, as you go from easy to normal. So I never played on normal. I played on hard throughout as I was leveling up, and then as soon as I level up, now I play on Grandmaster 1 all the time. And it's difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy. The enemies are bullet spongy, you could say, but it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. You have to hit their weak spots. You have to hit the combos. You gotta hit combos. You hit combos, you can take down enemies easily. You don't hit combos, you're gonna be shooting for days. So you hit the combos, you get good masterworks. That's the best part, and it's just fun. It's a fun experience, and everybody has a unique thing. So it's like a lot of times you see just stuff just flying off the screen, and people using the supers and all that kind of stuff, and it's a massive undertaking. It looks great. I love it. But then you come down to the mission, and a lot of the missions are similar. But I'm not too mad at it. After playing through the entire story mode and getting in some of the after the end game content, you basically doing contracts for the whole end game content, and some of the contracts are unique. It's cool because we started one contract, and then we left out to bring a friend in, and we come back and we're going to a whole different place now. So it feels like a new contract, even though it's the same thing. And I think that's really cool that they've done that. It seems like maybe randomized, but that's cool. Even though sometimes the objectives are similar, it's still a fun game. However, you're playing on Grandmaster, and you're playing on these high levels, and you're expecting to get good loot. You're not always gonna get good loot. You're guaranteed a masterwork when you do a legendary contract, but you don't get legendary contracts all the time. You get them like once out of every 3 to 4 regular contracts, and that's, I believe, after you fully leveled up your loyalties and the respective factions. So it's hard going. I got lucky and got myself a few masterworks, and I have some friends who are higher who allowed me to jump into their legendary contract missions and got some more masterworks. But it's hard going. The loot sucks. You'll get thousands of purples and blues and commons, and you get like one masterwork for like every 5 to 8 missions, and it's disheartening, but if you're playing just because you like the game, then you enjoy it. That's probably the worst part for me, is just all this grind, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you're rewarded for the grind that you do. They've added a few updates to fix some of their lackluster perks for their weapons and armor, so that's kind of not my mind anymore, because they've fixed it. They really have. Besides that, there's nothing really too big with the gameplay that I didn't like. Literally just playing a game is fun. Flying around, shooting, using your perks. It's just really fun, using your supers. There's really very little complaints about the actual gameplay of the game. So the story for Anthem isn't great, and people heard it before. It's not. It requires you to talk to too many people who talk for way too long, and it's tedious. I will say the characters that they introduced in the story are really fascinating though. Um, you have Fang, you have Halleck, which are two, personal favorites. They became the main side characters, but as you talk to them more, you learn to really like them. The character development isn't bad. I'm not gonna say that's bad. It's just some people just talk for way too long and be telling you stuff you don't care about. They didn't treat a lot of stuff too well. I'm gonna say spoilers. Spoilers ahead. All right, there's gonna be some spoilers right now. How they handled Owen and his betrayal was just bad. It was just bad, like really bad. Um, Owen, Owen is, he comes in and they make it so you like him, you're cool with him, all like that, and then the last second, one of the missions, he goes and backstabs you and takes the legendary armor, but then you don't see him again. And so there's one mission where you like talk for like 5 minutes and then again don't see him again. Like there's no real I guess outrage by the characters. I mean, they show it, but it's not as a person playing the game, as a viewer, you don't feel anything for it. Like Owen's betrayal was bad. Like yeah, he was like, man, fuck him when he came out and did that. But then it's like after you forgot about him, and then he comes in for one time, and now you guys are cool again, I guess, or whatever. And then he leaves, and it's like, wow, what's really going on? Also, the main villain has, I mean, his like they tell you like he doesn't really tell you his motivations, like they tell you his motivations, and it's just I don't know, it's not really believable. Like you don't have any real full-on stock with him. It's I believe his name is the Monitor. Like you never really see his face, you never really make a personal connection to him. He has real cheap, bad one-liners. I remember the one part when you first see him in a mission, and he just sits there and like he looks like he's like, I've killed many people. He's like, you're next. Something like that. It's just corny. Like it's not funny, not interesting. It was corny. And that's pretty much the Monitor. Like, you only see him like 3 times throughout the story, but he's supposed to be some big bad, some big evil. And I just it just wasn't interesting to me. I was sitting there watching like, yo, this isn't interesting. This isn't, and so the story is just generic. It's nothing too special. It's literally saved by the gameplay. That's what the story is. It's weird. The way BioWare did it, it's just you expected more from the conversations and the choices that you make in a game that actually really hold no weight in the game. You make a lot of these decisions, and you're like, okay, if I make this, if I say this, is this gonna happen? But then nothing happens. You finish the conversation, you get the XP. It's like, okay, so what's the point, Like, what else am I supposed to do? So it's like I said, the story's nothing special. If you're playing this game for the story, you might be disappointed. I'm gonna say the cutscenes are really nice though. I'm gonna say they got the facial animations perfect. They look great. When Faye, I mean, there's a little bit too much sometimes. Like with Faye, I hate how she does a little too much with her hands. But with Halleck and even with Owen in the beginning, and with some of the liaisons you go for your contracts, Bryn, the freelancer guy, they're really great. They did a really great job with the way they look and they talk. It feels natural. It feels like you're talking to a real person. It feels really good. I definitely enjoyed that. It doesn't feel fake, It feels like they put a lot of effort and heart into that. I just wish they put that much effort and heart into their story so that it could be really good too. So I'm pretty sure you've all heard about the terrible loading screens on Anthem, and it's justified. These loading screens suck. When I say suck, they suck with a capital S. Some of them are mind-numbingly long. You're just sitting here waiting. Other of them are pretty short. I want to say it sucks, but yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You have good days and bad days, and it just sucks. And this is, I don't. And I'm also gonna say Anthem probably has the most I want to say unique, the most it has glitches I've never gotten before in any game. I've had games where I spawn in and my friends are playing like Storm or Interceptor and they don't have a head. Like they literally don't have a head. It'll go throughout the cinematic, all throughout the game. They don't have a head, and I don't know why it does that, but it does. Also, I've been kicked out of match after match after match after match, and it's frustrating. It really is. It's really frustrating. It's never been so much as I'm like, F this game, I'm not coming back to it. But it is definitely frustrating to get continually kicked out of matches when you're just trying to play. They do this nice thing where if you do get kicked out of a match and you jump back in, they will you click A or whatever and you just join your match. Like they won't place you, none of that, unless like you have to do a hard reset. So this is all for Xbox, the same, and so it's not too bad. It I'm not it's not bad enough to put down the game. In the beta it was. In the beta it really made me question whether I was gonna play the game when it came out or not, just because of how bad the glitches were, how bad the loading screens were, how many times I got kicked out of games and all that. But when I actually got the game, it's not game ending. That's what I want to say. It's not a game killer. The loading screens, the getting kicked, all that is not a game killer. However, it's a very bad part of the game, and it just capped off with some lackluster customization things with the emotes, and with the lack of more gear customizable options, and the lack of vinyls, and it just adds on to it and can make it objectively a bad game, just because of those simple things that they messed up on. And also, along with the story not being great, the story not really living up to its potential, especially since this is supposed to be a story driven game with no PvP and all PvE. The story should be a lot better than it is, when it's not. It's not. They dropped the ball. So I'm hoping that with the DLCs and with the upcoming updates, that they definitely fix it, and they make it so the game just runs a little smoother, has less interruptions, with connection issues, and running and getting dropped from the server time and time again, and just so the game is more pure. I say pure as in like it's easy to play, and it's it's streamlined. You can just jump from screen to screen. I hate a lot of loading screens, but I'm okay with it. I've been a Destiny player since the first one came out, so I'm used to loading screens by now. But these could just be mind numbing, but it doesn't make it a horrible game. It just has a lot of bad things in it around like a lot of good things as well. Now it's time for me to praise this game, which I've been waiting to do this whole time. I really love this game. I mean, I really love this game. I play other games, and I'm thinking about this game as I play them, and it's addicting. I'm not gonna say it's not. It is. It's a good game. It definitely catches your eye, just because how beautiful it is, how smooth a lot of the gunplay is when you switch it from guns, and trying different ones out. They have this one sniper called a Devastator, which I love. It's like this charge shot. It's a sniper, and it does so much damage. But then it also has another sniper that's like an assault rifle and shit like that. And they have another one, and it's just the way that they've done the weapons. I really like it. I like the paint. Like I said, the paint customization is amazing. I like how unique I can make my character look, and I play with my friends, and we all look different. And I'm like, wow, you looks amazing. Wow, you look good. And we just and I like that. It's really fun. I want to say the biggest best thing about this game is the world that BioWare has created. The lore, I'm not gonna say the lore is interesting. They present it very badly in the story, but the lore is interesting. How they got here while we're fighting. The stories behind how did we get to Fort Tarsus, and what is this place called Anthem, and are we ever gonna go there? And there's so much potential in this game that it's hard to not love it. It's hard to not want to dive straight into this game and start theorizing like, oh yeah, I hope in the next DLC they drop another map that's like this, another map that's like that, and just to look forward to the stuff they're gonna drop, like the new Stronghold, and when they put the Cataclysm in May, like you're anticipating it because you want this game to be so good, because it has so much promise or potential, and that's part of the best part of the game. It's like you're playing it, and as you play it, you're like, man, I can't wait till they do this and that, and makes you just want to play it more. And just it's addicting. The gunplay is addicting. The gameplay is addicting. It's really fun. Like I said, it can be frustrating, but what's a game without a challenge? If you're playing on Grandmaster, you're gonna get a challenge all day, and that's what a lot of games are missing. It's you play like the other games such as Destiny and the Division 1, and there's not always a lot of challenge. And Division 1 probably the biggest problem is like the bullet sponges and like that. But in this game it has that in a way, but it doesn't necessarily feel that way because you pick the hard level, so you gotta be hard. It has to be, and that's what it's just. I don't know, flying around, shooting, and then just just looking at this world. Look at this world. It's lush, it's green, and you can go from one part of the map to the other. I want to go there, I'm going there. You jump up and fly, I'm flying, and you're just out. You go in free play, and you see the Titans, and you jump down. You can fight by yourself. You can jump in with friends and fight it. And it just feels like there's a lot of freedom in this game, and it's so fun. And I just talk about this game, just how fun it is and how just much I enjoy it for days. And its likes definitely overshadow my likes of it, definitely overshadow my dislikes. It's bad, it's good, definitely overshadows it's bad. And I feel like if anybody played this game, they would see that, you know. Like I said, but it's still a broken game. There's still a lot of stuff to do, and I just, I hope they end up coming through and fixing it and really making this game everything that it can be and that it should be. So overall, Anthem is a great game with a lot of letdowns, and it has the potential to be amazing. It has the potential to be a game of like one of those game of the year type candidates, something like that. They just got to get everything together, get the updates, and get it so everybody can play. There's problems with connections, load screens, and lack of certain customization. But then there's just the best things with the gameplay, and the graphics are amazing, and just it's another game you can just have fun playing with friends or by yourself. And by yourself, you can get a squad and still make a hard mission look easy, and that's fun. When you play with your friends, it's even easier. So it's a great game, just shrouded with a lot of lackluster. And a lot of the outside looks rough, but the inside it's a diamond, and they could really make it one. They just gotta polish it up. But yeah, that's my overall view on this game. I would say, is this a buy or no buy? This is a buy. This game is a buy. I would buy it. I'd be cautious. I would look into it, watch those videos, see what parts you like, what parts you don't like, because I don't feel like this kind of grind is for everyone. Just like I wouldn't say Destiny's the game for everyone. That's part of it. This kind of grind is for everyone. So research as much as you can, but it's not. This is a cautious buy. This game is a cautious buy. That's my final verdict. And I hope whoever does get the game, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you see the potential in it, and I hope you learn to. I hope you can enjoy it and have as much fun with it as I'm having. And if not, I hope when they come out with the DLCs that you'll start to see the picture of it and you'll enjoy it as well. And thank you guys for watching my video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.